So Lisa asked a good question about the Cologuard test. Let's talk about this. So Lisa asked, can the Cologuard test detect colon polyps? Well, let's talk about that. So the Cologuard test, let me know in the comments down below if you've heard about the Cologuard test or you know exactly what it's testing for. So Cologuard is a poop in a box. So in essence, what you're doing is that you're pooping in a box and you check for abnormal stool DNA. So the idea is that colon polyps or colon cancer secretes a certain DNA that is abnormal that can be tested in the poop in the box, and we can check to see if you actually have that abnormal DNA that's there. And so you send this box to a lab, they check it, and if it comes back positive, that means that you have an abnormal growth inside your colon. Now what that growth is hard to say. Now, a negative Cologuard means that you're good for 3 years, not the normal 10 years for a colonoscopy, but at 3 years. Here's some of the issues with the Cologuard. Number one is that they have their own false negatives, meaning you have a negative Cologuard, but something is growing inside that colon, and that something could be a colon polyp or even colon cancer. In fact, there are a number of patients in which I have done a colonoscopy for a different reason on a negative Cologuard. We found colon polyps. And they were like wondering, well, we had a negative Cologuard. Well, you had that false negative. Number two is that you can also have what's called a false positive, in which you have a positive test. You have to have the worry of something growing inside your colon. We do the colonoscopy, and then nothing is there. I mean, it happens at times. Number three, it's also very important in terms of insurance, is that a positive Cologuard test may make your colonoscopy that you have to get done not covered by your insurance. That's a shock to a lot of our patients. But when you have a positive Cologuard test, that may change your colonoscopy instead of being a screening test to being a diagnostic test. Obviously, you check with your insurance plan to make sure if that's the case, but there are a number of patients who've been shocked by that. I am a fan of the colonoscopy 100% because we know that the colonoscopy works. We know that the colonoscopy does decrease your risk for developing colon issues. And we also know that universally across all the GI doctors, those of us who specialize in this field, we highly recommend a colonoscopy. Now, for some reason, if you can't get a colonoscopy or you're like dead set against it, Cologuard is a great second option, but by far the best thing you can do is to get a colonoscopy.